everyone. So today is just going to be a very casual video. I'm just going to be talking about some of the things I really want to see in Royale High, some things that I want to introduce, some things I find not so great about Royale High, and I'm just going to be talking about everything in between. Just a PSA, there is no hate at all. I'm not trying to give any hate of any kind to the game and the developers and any influencers. So this is just supposed to be a constructive criticism, something that I'm trying to be creative for, just some creative ideas that I have for the game, and that's basically all this video is going to be. Again, there's no hate meant towards anybody in this video, and yeah, let's get started. If you guys are just wanting to watch this, I'm not going to be really doing anything with the video except talking, so if you guys want to farm, be on Royale High, do homework, or whatever, feel free. It's just going to be a conversational video. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the pricing of a lot of items. As you've seen with more recent sets, like the Snow Swan set, the heels alone are 70,000 diamonds. For players that don't have any game passes, which mind you are worth over 2,000 Robux, it's incredibly hard to farm consistently just for 70,000. That's not even the entire set. And mind you, there's dozens of sets in Royale High. This is only one set. For me, when I first started playing, I had to farm for hours just to be able to get the Dear Dolly heals. I had to farm for a week straight to get the Cherry Blossom set. It was really hard to farm without any game passes or any experience of how to farm, especially when this is supposed to be a roleplay and dress-up game. The second thing I want to discuss and suggest even is different realms that we can play games in, because right now Royale High is such a farming trading game. There's not much roleplay involved, there's not much lore involved, and I would like to see more of that in the future, where there are simply realms like Fantasia that got removed for simply absolutely just role-playing, or games like Sunset Pageants, Archery, I like to see that come back, and so on. The third thing I want to discuss is the really slow introduction of the new school. So it's been advertised since 2020. We've been expecting it. It finally came out in 2023 August. And since like around September, the updates have just stopped. Yeah, they've just stopped, and the art school that was promised to come next, the cafeteria, the locker rooms, everything just kind of disappeared, and we kind of forgot about it, and everyone's just been stuck doing the rainy day server, doing the same quest over and over again with no update. I understand that Everfriend season is here, and it's the castle's heart has finally been updated to the Valentine's realm, and I really appreciate how it was done on time and actually a little bit early this year. I'm slightly disappointed to see there's no New Year's update, but I completely understand with the Glitter Frost season and the Everfriend season and the consistent updates that we've seen to the castle heart. I really appreciate that. But other than the sets coming out, I'd like to see some gameplay. Other than the advent calendar or just purchasing items in the shop, like I'd wish we'd had like a Cupid's game or ice skating game or something that matches every single season like the egg hunt did. Okay, so please excuse my cat in the background. She's being super duper loud. But anyways, continuing on, the fourth thing I want to see is more the diversity of the sets. So we've been seeing some really basic fashionable outfits. We've seen some really gorgeous designs, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. There's not. Again, this is just meant to be constructive criticism, but I really think that Royale High could introduce more ethnic outfits. Like Cherry Blossom was an attempt. It was an attempt. I'm not saying it was a good one, because there are some controversies with that. But I think in a respectful way, there could be ethnic outfits introduced as sets. Like they did in the Davinia Park, they did Black History Month, they did Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year, I'm sorry. And they kind of consistently did that for a little bit, but then it kind of went away again. So that kind of leads into my next thing, the developers of Royale High. I know a lot of the developers on the team are minors, and given how sporadic and kind of gone the updates are, I kind of understand, given that a lot of the developers are minors that have school and college and all of this. I do think that the developer team does need to be more of adults so that they can make this their full-time job or a part-time job where they can contribute a lot of their time so that Royale High can have more frequent and consistent updates. Because Royale High's game player base is so big and it's just been kind of declining very recently, and it had been doing so since around 2021 to 2023 until the new school came out, and then that's when it started to spike again. But then, however, with the lack of updates, it kind of goes down in between the October update, the December update, and it's kind of going down right now actually. During my time at night, the amount of Royal High players in the game are around 8 to 10,000, where normally during the spike of COVID and the spike of consistent updates, it was around 100,000 players. So yeah, you can see the massive decline. This can be not easily, but slowly re-added to their player base by introducing more frequent updates, more of what the people want. This leads into my next point, that Royal High needs to communicate with their fan base more. So a lot of people update concepts, a lot of dress up items like the fabrics, everything else. I think a lot of people are so interested and in conversing with the game, and I do wish that the Royal High community and the team, they were able to reach out more and even acknowledge these people. I know there are some restrictions with minors and uploading items and paying them even, but I wish there was some hint of acknowledgement or just some kind of credit given to all of the amazing concepts that people post for the Royale High game. The next thing I want to discuss is the way that influencer badges go. I don't know if it's a good idea to have them, period. I know I'm a Royale High YouTuber, but I really don't think it's a good idea to have these badges because, for one, I know it gives influencers more clout, and I know it makes their fan base higher and increase them more. But at the same time, it gives the influencers no privacy. A lot of people are stalking the servers trying to get the badges, and quite frankly, I don't really know what they add to the game. My point is, if you're playing the game, then you're gonna have some influencers that you're a fan of. You can be a fan of them without going crazy over trying to get their badges. I have some influencer badges, but that's because I joined coordinated meet and greets, which I think are great. But I don't think the purpose of them should be to go and get their badge and just leave. If you've ever seen one of Bia's badge giveaway streams, it's crazy. There are thousands of people in a queue trying to get her badge and leave. That's not what a meet and greet is supposed to be. This leads into my next point, the hierarchy of the Royal High developers, influencers, everything. So it's always been a problem about how people look up to their influencers, and it's just gotten kind of out of hand. I've seen a lot of people oh my god, this person liked my tweet, oh my gosh, oh my god, this person joined my game, oh my god, I got this person's badge. Yeah, it's not that serious. It's still a person. At the end of the day, it's just another regular person who just happens to have a big platform. Regardless of how they came to it, maybe it was through friends, maybe it was through their excellent creativity, maybe it was due to how well they edit their videos or whatever. But at the end of the day, there's still another person that you might have seen at school, in real life. It's just another person. The way the Royal High is situated right now is that influencers are they're just placed above regular players so much higher, and I just frankly have a problem with that. Again, I think this has something to do with the badges because people are just starving for badges. There are badge hunters. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk about are the fountain writers and their prizes. Basically, if you fill out a form, get accepted, and then you write a fountain story, and then it gets accepted, you get a prize. The prize is 100,000 diamonds, or 50,000 diamonds, I believe, and a bracelet. For a story that's going to be written in Royale High and posted for months. I think the price should be significantly higher than that. Around 300,000, or maybe even the Halo. I mean, there are only like what 12 to 20 fountain writers. I think they deserve a significantly higher prize, or even the Halo itself, for writing a story contributing to the overall success of the game. Giving them a little contribution prize is certainly not enough for the amount of work and hours put into writing and creative writing. It's hard to write. I mean, I've tried writing once and it was not really successful. The next thing I want to discuss is the management team of Royale High. So, have you ever seen one of the people who have reported them being removed from the trading hub for exploitation or something? Yeah. There are thousands, or maybe even like dozens of thousands of hundreds of thousands or whatever, that got banned from the trading hub for doing absolutely nothing. I know it's a bug, but I've seen people and I've known people and I've talked to people who have been banned for months and they've emailed the Royal High team, but they don't get responses for months. Yeah, either they have to really expand their team or they gotta do something about this because there's so many innocent people being banned for months. That of one of the biggest focal points of the game is trading. And you're getting banned for that for months. There's like really no much like what else are you supposed to do in the game besides that at this point? Because if you want to buy stuff from the shop or even trade for items that you're not able to get, then you have to be in the trading hub. So unless the point of the game changes, then if you're banned from the hub, then good luck with that. The next thing is that I really, really, really want a way to favorite your favorite patterns, or just have some better way of sorting through the stinking patterns because oh my gosh, I have to look up the same name like 8 times and then pick their pattern, scroll down, and then click their patterns for all of my accessories. It gets a little bit frustrating after a bit. I do wish there was a way to favorite them though. Another thing that I think should be changed is definitely the cost of the freaking items of the dorms. Oh my god. I spent hours on my dorm. I spent hundreds of thousands of diamonds. I think I've spent over like 800,000 diamonds on all of the items in my dorms. I mean, it's gorgeous. I'll tell you that. My dorm is absolutely amazing, but the sheer amount of money you have to spend to even get your dorm like that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've seen so many beautiful dorms. I've seen so many gorgeous builds all over social medias. And you know how much the average cost is? I'll tell you, it's about 1 million diamonds just for your dorm. And it's simply decorative. Like, there's no further meaning. I mean, if you really don't care about your dorm, yeah, just pop in a stupid mattress, toothbrush, brush, your computer. But like it just kind of defeats the whole purpose of the dorms if it costs so much just to make something decorative. The next thing is the price of the legacy items, especially the original parasol. Y'all know that the original parasol has been going up and down around value of what 300,000 to 500,000 diamonds for a parasol that looks exactly the same as the current one. I really don't know why they decided to add the original parasol because like I don't know why they couldn't have just conjoined it with the newer parasol. It really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, but it is what it is. I think the next one's pretty obvious. There needs to be more masculine sets in the game. Needs to be more masculine outfits, hairs, eyes, faces, whatever. There just needs to be more of it. There needs to be more diversity in the sets besides just feminine clothing. Another one might be a little bit controversial, but I do think that Royale High should not let new players win from the fountain. There needs to be some kind of, you know how in your journal it says like Southwell Mermaid, Fresh Fairy, Unicorn? Like, come on. At least be like a Southwell Mermaid or something to be eligible to win a Halo from the fountain. The amount of alt players and like brand new people I've seen wish like what 5-10 times from the fountain win a Halo is like, I'm sorry, it's a little bit annoying. Because as someone who's been playing for years and have wished from the fountain so many times and just unfortunately has bad luck, at least let the older players have a chance of winning compared to new players. At least play 10 hours. Play 10 hours to win, to be eligible to win a Halo, something like that. This one's a little bit of a hot take, but you know how Royale High is supposed to be like royalty and a majestic kingdom and whatever or not? I think the set should be more fantasy, more magical than modern. I know we've been getting a lot of Y2K and like items that we can transform into pants, whatever. I think that's really cute, but at the end of the day, Royale High is a fantasy game, so I want to see more fairy sets, mermaid sets, merman sets, anything that has more related to magic and fantasy than what it is right now. Oh my god, I really forgot about this, and this is such a big one. Please, for the love of God, change the amount of Robux you have to pay for freaking diamonds in the shop. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, 25 Robux for 250 diamonds? 200 diamonds. 250 diamonds for 25 Robux. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? And then you have to spend 200 Robux for 2,500. Bro. Okay, basically, you know how the Goddess of Triumph set, you know how they were cost like 4,000 Robux? Yeah. Oh my. And they're worth so much compared to buying 2,500 diamonds for 200 Robux. I think it's really ridiculous. Royale High, if you see this, please change the amount of Robux you have to pay for the freaking diamonds in the shop. Thank you. The next thing I want to say is I wish Royale High, excuse me, I wish Royale High would adjust the body sizes of the sets, or like make it possible to adjust them or something, or just fix the dimensions of the body, because I think a lot of the sets, like the older ones especially, the way that the body looks when you wear the outfits, it just doesn't look right. Do you know what I mean? Like the Royal Rebel heels, or like the Gothic cutie ones, I don't know. It doesn't look right. Anyways, those are my hot takes and my opinions about Royale High. If you really like this content, please subscribe for more. I will be releasing more like this in the future, and I think this was a really great way for me to express my opinions, and just once again, no hate anywhere, no hate at all. So yes, thank you.